and the floor is all yours.
All right. Well, let's go. I am so shy. I can't even tell you that I'm Coach B from DFW, and I am excited to be in the room with all of you. Hyped up, no caffeine yet. So imagine what's going to happen when I get a little coffee in my blood. I'm going to be even shyer, redefining the definition. So I am ready to go. Guys, of course, I specialize in systems and automation and lead generation and marketing and all different types of things. But I wanted to share a presentation from one of our brokers. He was once a broker here with EXP, and he's back again, and it's outstanding. And because of him, I've been able to make a lot of strides in my career. So not only will I show you guys what we have here, but I'll also show you guys how to do these things that we have, because I'm a practical teacher. So thank you all for showing up and being in the room. Are you ready to go? If so, go ahead and give me a yes in the chat, or a bunch of thumbs up or heart emojis. I really love hearts. What do you say, Elizabeth? Hearts or thumbs? Either way, let's go. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, we are ready to get into.
I'm jumping in the shower.
Uh-oh.
I got a luxury room.
There we go. All right, we're ready to get into the presentation. And whoever has the luxury meeting, congratulations to you. All right. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And we're gonna.
Let me give you. Okay, you should have sharing capability. Go for it.
Sweet. Let's get it. Okay, I'm getting ready to share it right now. Let's go. All right, here we go. We're in there. It's coming up, y'all. There it goes. All right. So some of you might have seen this, some of you may have not, but I'm gonna share with you how I use this helpful information in my business. And of course, y'all know here at EXP, we're such a really, really big resource. So there's just all types of things that we get privileged to. And I just wanna make sure that I am sharing what has been given to me. And I'm showing you how I'm dominating in my industry using what I have gotten. So guys, stand by, here we go. All right. Can y'all see that good?
It's kind of off screen a little bit.
Okay, let me see. Let's see if we can zoom it in. What about now?
Yeah, that's better.
All right, perfect. All right, so this is for real estate agents. It's called part-time hours, full-time pay. If you've ever heard of this before, go ahead and give me a emoji in the chat if you've heard of this presentation. And if you haven't heard of this presentation, then embrace yourself, because I am about to blow your mind with what we have here. So let's get started, guys. Part-time hours, full-time pay. This is a predictable, duplicatable, consistent six-figure income, okay, by only working 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. Who would like to just work five days, 5 hours? That's it. How many of you are working around the clock? Go ahead and show me, tell me, yes, it's me. Okay, you're working around the clock all day. Well, this system here is one of those systems that it's a no-cost system with big returns, right? And one of our former brokers that was here, he actually put this together and gave it to us. And this was many, many years ago that I got this. Okay, a few years back that I got this, and this was awesome because I've shared this with my team. I have literally just helped them to take their business to the next level. I didn't do anything to change it. It's just like a book. You read a book. Anybody in here read books? Okay, if you do, then you know, right? Books, we download them into our systems. Okay, well, upload them into our systems and we download them in our actions. Say that with me. We upload them into our systems and we download them with our actions. So that's what we do. I'm trying to tell you. So let's go. So this is a no nonsense instructional, right, that I'm going to share with you guys, and it works. So let's get to it. And then we're only investing 25 to 30 hours a week to build a predictable income. So I'm just going to keep scrolling through it. So let's talk about this, right? Let's give an example formula of what this looks like for you if you follow the things that's in here, right? So here's an example formula, right? To make 6 figures in your income or more. I'm going to say more because I have made more just literally following step by step everything in this packet here. So let's just say we're using a $6,000, gross commission per sale. So that's a minimum. Who knows the market average and where you are? Because where I am here in DFW, our market average is about $350,000. And that's just for like your basic bare bones, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage property in any given area. You start moving into better school districts, you start getting higher commissions, right? When you move into better places. So just on a bare minimum, this is what we're going to start out with. And we're starting out with 3 hours a day of prospecting only, and then 2 hours going on listing appointments or being out in the field. So when Elizabeth, she was like, hey, come on, I need everybody in production. Bring me something, okay, that's going to help everybody produce, because she loves you, she cares, she commits to these huddles every single week because she wants to see agents producing and being champions in everything that you do. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to just spill the beans. I'm going to spill the tea. Okay, so let's go. So let's say you had 1 listing per week. You got 1 listing per week and you went on an appointment, and that 1 listing per week yielded for you, okay, $6,000 minimum commission. And let's say from that commission, you got 2 buyer referrals from every listing that you had. You see the number says $3,750 here, and that buyer commission is lower than the listing commission. I bet some of you are wondering why, but we're going to keep going. Let's just say it was a combined weekly income of $9,750 a week is what you were stacking up on the table. If you multiply that by 50 weeks, right, because we're taking a 2-week vacation and we're taking days off because we're only working 5 days a week, 5 hours a day, what would that be? Okay, what would that look like for you? So it'll come to a total income of about $487,500. For those of you who haven't made that yet, who would love to make that? Like, just, I'm serious, blow up the tab, because I know we want to get to somewhere, even if it's just $500,000. That's a big deal for a lot of you that are here. So how can we get to that nearly $500,000? Let's go. So what attracts buyers? Listings attract buyers. We're going to teach you how to organically generate that. And we're going to ask you to resist the temptation to deviate from your plan when you start working listings. Okay, so let's go. And we want to refer all buyers out for a fee. So not only do you create a lucrative listing business, you also end up incurring a referral business that's also going to make you money. If you were in Clubhouse this morning, you heard Queen E say, I refer a lot of my business out. So it took me 42 deals to hit 8 icon status. Let's go. Okay, the 8 icon status. Let's get it. So here's advice for working with buyers. So you notice that the income was a little bit different. You got $6,000 for an average listing commission. That's at a low, but only $1,875 per generated buyer, right? That was a 25% referral fee that you made from that buyer. Your 5 hours a day, your 5 days a week plan only works for you. So refer buyers out, and it works if you work it, okay? And you get a referral fee every time you give out a good buyer to agents anyways. And it gives you more time to focus on the 20% that drives income and delegate the 80% that zips all your time running around town trying to help every single person you run into, go out there and find a home when you can actually list. And there's a saying in the industry, even in a slow market, you list to last. Anybody ever heard that? List to last? It's of a truth, okay? Because even if the house sits on the market for 200 days and it's on your platform, we don't want that. That's like a nightmare to some agents. But to luxury agents, a lot of times their properties can sit on the market for 300 days, 400 days in a slower market, in a market that's not really moving, or that's just not the preference of the buyer. So you have to think about it though. If we had an agent prior to COVID who had a listing that was sitting on the market for an astronomical amount of days, what happened when COVID hit and interest rates plummeted low? Everybody came out of the woodworks trying to buy a house. We didn't have enough houses to supply the demand. So although the agent might have listed for a long time in certain areas, by the time the buyer's market came, the agent, it was like a Game of Thrones. Every agent that had a house, It was like, oh, no, your offer is too small. Take it. We don't want it. Okay. Because there were people paying 50, some 100,000. You know, I even had here in my Frisco area where people were paying $200,000 over the list price. I know that sounds crazy, but anyone who's ever or who was in that market, you know. So although this is a different market, the market always corrects itself. It goes through intervals, right? And there's volatility in these kind of markets. So if you're listing a property, then guess what? Eventually, a buyer is going to come who loves that property, who wants to buy that property, if you also set the proper expectations for your sellers as well. And you do your absolute best to move it off the market. Obviously, working with buyers, sometimes they consume a lot of time. If that's all you have to work with, go get it. Go and get it. Like, you're a realtor. Your niche is real estate. Your micro niche is what you choose for your micro niche to do, but never forget you have a license that generates multiple streams of income, and you don't have to stop doing certain things. You just have to learn how to do it the smart way. Be smart, work smart, and not hard and crazy, failing to verify and vet people the proper way. So do what you have to do, but understand that buyers, okay, tend to be at the mercy of the seller. Even in a slow market, if the seller doesn't want to accept the offer, the buyer doesn't get a house, no matter how much the buyer loves the property. We're in a slower market, and some of my listings are getting offers that are well beneath what they want. And they really want that property, but my seller's like, no way, kick rocks. I'll keep it on the market for 200 days if I can get what I want. You know, so that's what we're experiencing because that's how it goes. Okay. So now, not only are they at the mercy of the sellers, but sellers allow you to have a life majority of the time. I don't have to be in my seller's face every single day, you know, taking them all around the world, looking for other things, unless they are buyers who are looking for properties. Okay, that's the only time. But if they're not looking for other properties, half of the time I can place the home on the market, have agents on my team to do open houses. Sometimes I too partake. I'm a servant leader. I'm out there. I want to be, you know, helping and doing things like that. But it also gives opportunities to agents, for those of you who are team leads, to get out there and gain business from the buyers that will buy that property, right? So it's a blessing to be a listing agent. You get a chance to be blessed to be a blessing to someone else who's really in need of moving their career off of this market. I can be out of town, okay? And most of the time, the only people I'm going to be corresponding with are interested parties in the transaction who actually want to purchase this property. My sellers are like, hey, you know, just communicate with me. Just give me a check-in and let me know how things are going. You know, so I do a twice a week check-in with my sellers, and I let them know, hey, this is what we're seeing. This is what we're getting. This is the feedback. You know, I'm following up with agents for feedback, but I can do all of that from a remote location. You know, 2 years ago, I took a trip to Europe. I was in London the first 3 days, and then we took an express train to Paris the last 3 days of our vacation. I had no obligation to go around showing buyers anything. And any buyer that I acquired for my listing, I just sent it off to a buyer's agent that was wanting to go out there. They were hungry. They wanted to go get the business. They worked that stress-free for me because I didn't have to find properties or go anywhere. I got a chance to eat whatever I want, see whatever I want, cruise wherever I want, and voila, I have a great time. So sellers allow you to have a life, okay? And let's go to how we get there. So how about your schedule, right? You're prospecting for listings because it's a top priority because you're in this training. And you're like, I'm about to go snag up the listings in my community. You've got to schedule your day properly. So schedule your day around your prospecting and your listing appointments. Again, remember, we're devoting 3 hours for prospecting, 2 hours for appointments. Be relentless. Stick to your schedule. Let nobody come in the way of that. We have too many tech devices that help you to actually preserve your day and not go crazy in the process trying to work this schedule. So you got to think about it. What are some things I can do to keep myself from getting distracted? Power your phone down for a second, right? During those prospecting hours, or put it on focus mode and do not disturb, and only allow emergency calls to bypass those calls. Some of you get anxiety hearing stuff like that because you're like, oh my God, I'm going to miss all the calls that go in. What if somebody calls me back, et cetera, et cetera. Here's what you must understand, that people who really value your business and they really want to work with you, they are going to wait. They will wait. Don't be afraid to put an autoresponder. Currently in a meeting, currently on a call. When is a great time to give you a call back? Because then whoever's calling you can respond to that text. So guys, start looking up, how do I put an autoresponder on my phone, my iPhone, my Android, my Google Pixel, my Samsung, whatever it is. How do I do that? That way it gives you those 3 hours for prospecting and staying super focused. Okay. And then it allows you to be able to keep a balance in your life. Be consistent. Stick to your 5-day listing regime, without getting away from it, right? Stick to it. So that way you don't get, number one, distracted from your goal. Number two, you meet your production income, numbers that you're trying to meet. Number three, you can gauge your key performance indicators, stay on track, and know how many calls it takes you before you get an answer, and how many answers does it take for you to get someone out in the field, and then how many field visits does it take for you to actually lock a deal under contract. So keep that in mind. Guard your time. If you're not careful in guarding your time, someone else will steal your time and ruin the opportunity for you to make that 6 figures we're talking about. So let's jump into some practical actions, because I've got a few minutes here and I want you guys to be able to ask questions. So posting home valuation squeeze pages. How many of you guys are using squeeze pages? Go ahead and drop it in the chat. We'll man it. But I want you guys to know what this means for you, right? To have a squeeze page. Did y'all know that what's my home worth is one of the most popular search terms on Google? There's always somebody saying, what is my home worth? How much is my home worth? I bought my home X amount of years ago. I see my neighbors are selling out for 2 times what I bought it for. How much is this house really worth? You can leverage your knowledge because you're the expert for this, and you can give them a ballpark estimate automatically, guys, automatically, without you having to do it. Because obviously the appointment is for you to get and give a more in-depth analysis. So we've got to get to the appointment. So how do we get there? Some real estate brokerages offer it. If you're at a brokerage who doesn't offer it, man, I'm about to blow your mind with what we do offer here. Okay, so let's go. We have a squeeze page tool. So I like to be practical and show you guys things. Elizabeth knows this. So I'm going to roll over here to KV Core real quick. I'm going to come down here to my lead engine. And I'm going to build out a real quick squeeze page. I'm telling you, it's so quick. You can do this in a matter of minutes and still be within your prospecting time, because this is a part of prospecting. Okay. You're going to come over here to seller squeeze because we're focusing on listings right now. Now, when you get over here, there's 3 easy peasy steps. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. You can say, where are you going to post this? Are you posting this on Facebook, LinkedIn? Are you going to send it on a postcard or a mailer? Are you going to put it in to an email? What are you going to do with this, right? So you tell it where you want it to go. Let's say a lot of people have Nextdoor. You're trying to get to your neighbors, okay? You're the digital mayor of your community. I'm all about it. Let's be it, okay? So now you're going to hashtag it so that when people come and they inquire on your link that you're sending out, it automatically puts it into your CRM tool. Notice it says EXP up here, right? This is KV Core. This is ours. It's free. Let's go. And it's in our membership. So I'm going to use this free tool to go ahead and hashtag my Nextdoor, because that's where I'm going to post it. Okay. So there it goes. So I can go ahead and enter it. And then I can put my county, right? Because obviously if I'm targeting my neighborhood and I'm being the digital mayor of my neighborhood, I know the county that I live in. I don't have to go all over the place. Do you know that target marketing is one of the most effective marketing strategies you can ever use? When you narrow down, the more you narrow you become, the more intentional and the more tunnel vision and focus you become on having a target audience. That's what makes people 6-figure to 7-figure plus earners, is being targeted and having a target audience. So I don't want to go all over the United States. I want to specifically only go in my county. So I'm in Dallas and my county is Dallas County. I'm going to go ahead and put Dallas County. Okay. Some of you might be Travis. Some of you might be, Harris. Some of you might be in other parts of the states. Okay. That you're tuning into. Whatever your county or parish is, put it there. And you can even tone it down to neighborhoods. So like if you're in a specific neighborhood, you can put the neighborhood here and it will literally give you a link for people to research their neighborhood. But I found that doing it by the county has been the most successful strategy in case they share it with someone else that's in that county. So now y'all see this area right here? I don't have to put anything here. All I gotta hit is generate link. Booyah. There's a long version of it. There's a short version of it. Okay. Now let me show you guys where this link goes. So when I hit copy this link and I post it on Nextdoor, every time someone clicks on it, they're going to see this. Find out what your home is worth in Dallas. Okay. Now I'm going to be able to enter an address. So let's just say I entered in, I don't know, I'm just going to use some random address. Okay. So let's use this. Okay. I hit next. It's telling me what my average home values are, but they could be lower. Who knows? Right. So now when I put in the home values in my community, in my county, this is what it tells them. Okay. You're between 630, 632. Do you agree with these price estimates? They can say yes, or they can say no and tell you why. Either way, they're going to be able to come here, see all of this. And if they want to unlock the full report, guess what they've got to do? They've got to give me some information. They've got to give me their email address and they've got to use their cell number to unlock this report. Now, because I've done this several times, it doesn't show you the sign-in form, but there's a sign-in form that it gives them too, where in the very beginning, they can actually use the sign-in form to put in their phone number, their first name, last name, all of that stuff, if they really want an accurate, detailed analysis. Serious sellers are going to put in good information. And guess what? Now you have an analysis of what they want. And in your KV Core, it will show you that they pulled this report. It'll show you what their estimated values were. Now you get an opportunity to put their address into your system, run the comps on it, and prepare for the call, and then call them and then say to them these words. So I know you guys thought I was going to just leave you hanging with nothing to say when you posted in Nextdoor, but not true. So for all of you that's like, but what do I say when I post a script? Do I just post a link? No, you say, because I am a real estate agent, people are always asking me about the market and if I can tell them the value of their home. I have created a really cool tool that will instantly tell you the value of your home in Dallas County, whatever your county is, right? Just click and pop in your address. Okay. Now that helps you to be more intentional. So now people are like, oh, cool. Let me try out this cool, because people like exploring trinkets. Believe it or not, about 90% of the population has red button syndrome. They know they probably don't want to push it because they don't know what's on the other side. Well, you're giving me permission, I will push it. Let's go. And they'll play with this tool and they'll put in their info. One of my agents, her name is Michelle Land. She posted this on her social media page. No lie. She got 82 leads from this tool that literally just popped into her system within a 24 to 48 hour period. It was crazy. She's like, oh my God, what do I do with all of these? She's like, I don't know. Well, I'll show you. Okay. So once they pop in, here's your follow-up script. Thought I wasn't going to give you a script, huh? Yeah, I am. And I'm going to make sure we post it in Family Tree. Okay. So if you were invited by somebody here, make sure you get with them so that they can get you access to the eXp Family Tree so they can take their business to the next level. Hi, this is Valencia with eXp Realty. You used my home valuation tool to get a value of your home. Most people attaining their values are getting ready to either refinance or sell. Which is it for you? Whatever they answer, you say, great. I can provide a much more detailed and accurate highest value analysis, and I will just need to see your house. Okay. Notice I'm putting my own spin on here. Practice it, but get used to it and accustomed to it so that when you call, you're your authentic self and they love you because we seem to attract who we are. So Then we say, I can arrange to meet you today or tomorrow. See what I did there? I gave them an appointment. I didn't wait on them. And you can be more intentional and say, hey, I can meet you today at 5 p.m. or I can meet you tomorrow at 10 a.m. What do you say? Right? Sometimes they may meet you with objections and, reservations. And I don't know, I was just browsing. I just was looking, so forth and so on. That's the moment when you say, okay, well, let's talk about what you're really trying to achieve here. That's where your expertise kicks in at. Because now you can think about all of the things that you offer. And in addition to that, all of the things that your company that supports you offers as well that can help them take their home sales to the next level. Let's move on here. What's another one? You guys always hear about your sphere of influence, sphere of influence. What does that really mean? People say family and friends. Well, my family is not really that supportive and I don't really have a lot of friends. I just like to, whatever. Remember, these are people that you know, like, and trust. They're not limited to your family and your friends or your past, coworkers or present coworkers. You also can start thinking about, business partners, fellow organizations that you're a part of. Club members.
Is it V frozen or is it me?
I think it's V because I thought it was
Okay.
me too.
Okay, I thought it was me.
Okay.
Coach
Hold
V,
on.
we lost you, honey.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Wonderful. Can you still see my screen moving?
We can see you. Yep, now you're
Perfect.
good. You're good. Go back
love
go
it.
back like a minute.
All right. So I was saying your sphere of influence. Everybody's always talking about your sphere of influence. Who is this? And they go, oh, they're your family. They're your friends. And you hear that over and over again. And some of you are just like stuck because you're like, okay, how many family and friends can I keep reaching out to? Right. And this is literally like, every day we're trying to reach out to a family and a friend to just see who it is.
Great
So,
information.
This is people who obviously they know, like, and trust you, right? But they're not just your family and friends. They're not just your present and past coworkers. They're also your business partners. Think of all these people that you have went into business with. Think of organizations that you have been a part of. Some of you have been a part of acting clubs and soccer clubs and football and baseball clubs, college clubs, alumni clubs, right? Alumni clubs are the best. Okay. So whatever your alma mater is, right? Go back and let them know who you are and what you do. You're all of the club members. I was saying that those of you who have children, you're missing the mark. If you're not holding the break rooms open in school, you're not giving the pizza parties that one of my favorite guys here, he always talks about, his name is Keith Dublé. He talks about what he and his wife does in the schools. And it's so dynamic, guys. You got to check those recordings. And it is amazing what you can do. That's your sphere. You go and get your nails, your hair done, your hair cut for some of the gentlemen, oil changes and supercars. And you got caught. Why on God you not charging and char salesmen people buy a house too at some point in time? Because two big purchases that we've always learned that people will make, they're going to go buy a nice house and they're going to go buy a nice car or a car that's affordable, right? These two go hand in hand. Hey, you want a house to park that car in? Let me get you somebody that can help you. Somebody's got to be telling what you do. Stay authentic. Some of you guys are part-time, I always say part-time employees, because we are not part-time agents with full-time jobs. We are full-time agents with part-time jobs. We have taken a state-regulated office, okay? If a doctor's out eating dinner and someone has a heart attack, the doctor's not gonna just sit there and keep eating. Oh my God, this is delicious. What's going on with that guy? He has a public service. He's gonna get up and go and do what he needs to do, because it could be a gross negligence charge on him to be just sitting there letting someone lose their life. Well, it's the same thing with real estate. Do you know how many people get taken advantage of in real estate that need you, the doctor of real estate, to step in and not just watch them fall by the wayside, lose their houses to foreclosures and short sales, and scam artists who are out here saying, hey, this house is renting for $1,200 a month, and it's really not. They need you. And when you see yourself as a necessity, right, and as an essential worker, you will rise up to the cause. Right now, you're seeing yourself as a hobbyist. or a side job, side jobber. That's not what this is. Please take it serious. This is a business to serve the public and to do so as a fiduciary. So your spirit does matter, and it's beyond your family and friends. It's every interaction and every relationship you will ever foster in your life. So while you're at the parent-teacher conference, I know this is all about my kid, okay? I know exactly who my kid is. We can stop this conversation right here. Let me ask you, have you refinanced or modified your home, or have you thought about what your property values are right now? Man, I live like 5 minutes from the school. Obviously, my kid goes here. Let me tell you, our home values have doubled, okay? We need to talk about that. All right, tell me, what's his consequences? Cool, I got you. I'm gonna take care of you, but let's make sure we stay in touch. I can help you have a great class, okay? I'm not telling you to go tell your kid to go act up on purpose so you can just have a teacher conference, okay? Tell them to do something outstanding. But you can have a great class if my child's on their best behavior, and I can help you get a wonderful house if you're ready to move and leave this school altogether. Let me help you, okay? Got to be thinking on your feet. Let's go. Your first contact with your spirit is the reboot. So what is your goal? Call every single phone number in your phone, message every social media friend and follower. Why pay for leads or spend hours generating leads when you can talk to people who know and like you for free? So what's my initial script? Hey there, this is Valencia. How are you? I had a question for you. First off, I just wanted to see how the kids are growing. I heard you had a baby. I was on social media the other day, and I just so happened to see you guys got a new puppy. Oh, Rex, is that his name? Okay, well, do you have a minute real quick? I was calling because, as you know, I am officially a real estate agent, okay? Or I'm in a coaching program, whatever, and I need your help. I'm updating my database and I realized I don't have your home address. What's that? Can I get that from you real quick? Oh, thanks, by the way. And hey, I don't say, do you know? So I'm going to reform this one. I say, hey, who have you heard talking about moving in the last, month or so? Because I know you have a lot of friends. You're very popular, even if they're not. Okay. They're like, I don't know about popular, right? But I know you can hear because we all have ears, right? Or you can see that someone is thinking about this move. So in other words, who have you heard? It'll start making them think. I said that right now, and some of your minds started turning. You started turning because, man, who have I heard that's thinking about, or who might be buying or selling a house? Remember, I'm going to refer my buyers out if I got them. And if they want me to list, I'm going to come and list. How about you? Do you plan on moving at any time in the future? If they tell me, yeah, my husband's, we've been thinking about it in the next 5 years. Okay, well then you make sure that you're following up with them every month to ask them, who do you know? Not who have you heard is what I said. So who have you heard? And if you're calling every single month, then listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. You should not have anybody in your phone contacts that you can't call every month. The people that get irritated with you, they don't want to hear from you. They're frustrated. They're like, whatever, dump them out, throw them out, get them out of your phone. Because it's no good. If they can't support you and you've had them in your phone, you support them. No. Mindset is everything in real estate. You got to shift your mindset before you can do this well. So go ahead and shift them on up out of your contacts because everybody needs to know, hey, I'm preparing you. I'm literally going to call you every month. One, to check on you, okay? So allow this to be a really great rekindling of our relationship, right? But also to see who have you heard thinking about moving. Is that okay with you? Oh, come on, you crazy. You know I don't mind. Call me. I'm just happy to hear from you. That one aunt who hadn't heard from anybody in years, oh, they're going to be so happy to hear from you. Wow, you're a realtor. So happy to hear that. And you're calling every single month. Not only does this make your database more intentional, it makes your family relationships and your business relationships also closer. Okay, so think of this as a positive thing. You're not annoying anybody. You're loving them and you're growing closer to them. And it's wonderful and it's dynamic for your relationship. If people are calling other real estate professionals names and you're logging on to social media and seeing that your cousin sold a house with another real estate professional and not you, it's because you're not staying top of mind, not because they don't love you and don't want to work with you. Don't assume nobody wants to work with you until you confirm them saying, I don't want to work with you. I.e. Savannah, I don't want to work with you. But look what happens when you tap into your community and then boom, like Queenie shared, she got the listing. Got to stay top of mind. They only don't want to work with you because they don't know what you do, because they don't know you're professing. Some of you, I'll go down the list. I don't know you. Why? Because you're not professing that I'm a realtor every single day. Before we had social media, they knocked doors, they went out to events and networking and all that stuff. Now with social media, you can 10x your region and your expansion and your reach to people. So why don't I see you professing your craft, right? Why don't your family members see you professing your craft? So if I see you upset and posting little memes like, if you use another realtor to sell your house, you're dead to me, I'm going to analyze your page, okay? And I'm going to go, what has this person shared that was real estate related? Nothing? Funny videos? Oh, I thought you were a comedian, not a realtor, right? A memester. So gather all your contacts, call every contact, use the script. If they're interested or, whatever, you can refer, make a note, right, to follow up. Divide your contacts in your phone by 20. That makes it very intentional. And then that, because we're only working 20 days, remember, it's part-time hours, full-time pay. And then call that SOI daily. Okay, so make sure you call SOI to your calendar. Remember that successful people do not write on to-do lists. They put it in their calendar. Your calendar should tell you who you have to call. So your SOI is one, your sphere of influence. Start at the top of the list, make those daily calls, right, until your complete SOI has been called. And then repeat this every month. Always smile and be friendly, and always follow up. Social media posts and messaging. You can direct message people. Did y'all forget we have Messenger? I know you might feel like some people are creepy when they say, hello, beautiful. But we're being intentional. We're not saying that. We're literally like, hey, again, hey, friend, been all right? I just wanted to come into your Messenger and, remind you that I'm in real estate. I haven't stopped. Hey, who you know that's been talking about moving in the last couple of days? I do this on a regular, y'all. And I get people that's like, you know what? My husband and I was talking about we needed to own, or we needed to sell. Okay, this is really effective to use your messenger for that. Maybe you're a person, you don't like social media. That's okay. There are people who like you. They want to see you. There's more that's for you and that's rooting for you than those that are against you. So get out of your shell, get on the social media, and use your messages more intentional. This is a part of your career. Okay, this is not, so don't think of it like I'm just casually wasting time. Social media sucks. I don't even know what this is for. Why do I even come on here? People just come on here and look at people's business. These are limiting beliefs, and these are ugly mindsets that a lot of people carry. You got to stop looking at social media that way. It's not for you to browse and compare. It's for you to use for business. Facebook started out as a college forum for college students to collectively collaborate on getting their projects completed successfully and having a directory to people. So if they needed something at school, they could reach out to the staff members and the students and get whatever they needed done accomplished. It should still be used for that for businesses. It's more dynamic. That's it. So stop thinking about who you are personally and get out of your feelings and into your profession. Start thinking about who you are professionally. Okay. So use your social media. Also, how about this? Okay. Here's a social media post that blows up every time. I have clients that are looking to purchase a home, but we have not found anything yet. My clients need to close in less than 30 days. If you or someone you know are considering selling, please let me know ASAP. I may be able to sell your home without it even going on the market, right? Comment below or email me or text me your sale right away. I look forward to hearing from you. P.S. I've already searched the MLS. That eliminates all the realtors that's going to be all like, well, you can get them to buy my property, because I'm trying to get in front of listings. I've got a database full of buyers, and you really do. Even if you're new and you don't, you've got EXP. We're 87,000 agents strong. Everybody's looking for a house somewhere for their buyer somehow. So we do have a very strong database that's going to help us to list that house and get it sold the proper way. That's the script. All right, guys, we've got a few minutes going. Expired listings, how to find them. Most of you know you can find expired listings in your MLS, okay? Every night at 12 a.m., the MLS updates with new expired listings. You want to try to get to those listings before the agents or outside agents try to renew the listing. Some people are frustrated. Some people they feel like nothing's been done. Some people have not gotten the best treatment, right? They've got some agent with a chip on their shoulder that's just like, I'm gonna plug it into the MLS. That should be okay. But they haven't had any open houses. They haven't had any entertainment. They're not running Boost and KV Core. They're not doing anything to get that house sold. So there's so many ways to get an expired listing. It's not even funny. Just be careful with the whole do not contact or do not call compliant information, right? I'm not going to say too much more there because this is a public training. So let's keep going. Expired listings are low hanging fruit. They've already been using a realtor, so they don't need a lot of convincing. They've already been on the market, so they're ready to show. They probably really need to sell. They're motivated. They're in a time crunch. And guess what? They just need to meet you. They're willing a lot of times to lower the price already because they're like, let's just get this thing gone. And because they've already worked with a realtor, time is on your side. Okay, it's a partnership. So here's the script. Hello, my name is Valencia. I'm with eXp Realty. The reason I'm calling is that I noticed your listing expired today, and I would like to apply for the job of getting it sold for you. You may get some objections, right? Oh my gosh, I don't want to do that anymore. No more realtors. You empathize with them, right? Because relationship over revenue. So let's go. There are only 3 reasons a home will sit on the market this long and not sell, Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller. If it's priced right and it's in good condition, it must mean that it needs better marketing. You're giving them a strategy already. You're dropping nuggets to them. So you say, look, I have a strategic marketing plan that I would like to share with you at your convenience. Of course, I'm sure you're going to want to get your home back on the market soon and as soon as possible. So I can arrange to meet you this afternoon at about 3 or later this evening at 5. Which works for you? Because you're showing them now, I'm proactive. I don't even want to wait until tomorrow if we can help it. I want to get your home back on the market ASAP and use my strategies. And here's why I stand apart. Let me come over there and show you this. Okay. Or you can send a letter. How many of y'all have gotten away from letters or you don't send it at all? You're missing the mark. You need to do that. My name is Valencia with eXp Realty. I've noticed that your house is no longer on the market. Are you still interested in selling? I welcome the opportunity to meet with you and go over your real estate needs and update you on current market conditions. And this was in San Antonio. I'm in Dallas, right? I'll just change that. I am confident that we can get your home sold quickly in this it's not as competitive as it was, so we'll take competitive out, right? In this different market, right? In this changing market, you need a realtor experienced in your area who will get your home sold for full market value in a reasonable amount of time, right? If you price it smart, if you run your strategies, you can do things really great and really intentional when it comes to that. Mind your listing agreements because now it's changed from what it was when it was competitive, so you need a little bit more time, but still try to offer them a time that's reasonable and be able to say, hey, give me this amount of time, right? Give me 3 months, just 3 months. Some people right now are asking for 6 months. Some people are asking for a year right now. It's crazy. So just give me 3 months, okay? 90 days to just do what I need to do to get this home sold. Right? If you're serious about selling, give me a call. You can also take this letter with you. You can be intentional. You can visit 5 expired listings a day. Remember, they've already been on the market. They don't have a shotgun cocked and loaded and ready to go at your head because you're knocking at their door. It's not a soliciting to the extent that I just cold walked up on your property and was like, hey, I wanted to see if you're willing to sell your property. I mean, that still works too, be consistent in that. But this is hey, I saw your house was on the market and it just expired overnight. I thought I'd pop by and give you a visit. Doesn't that make your visit more intentional, right? 5 p.m. after everybody's off of work, you're knocking the door or they're pulling up and drive, whatever the case may be. You take that letter and you also take the MLS sheet with you. And then when you meet them, you say, hey, I noticed your listing expired today. And since I was in the neighborhood, I thought I'd stop by and see if we could set up a time to talk about getting it sold quickly, right? If they're not home, you leave the letter, you leave the MLS sheet in an envelope on the front door, okay? Or near the doorstep, whatever the case, wherever you can put it. You can do this Monday through Friday without fail. It makes your strategies more intentional. You're not just a cold door knocker. You're an intentional person that's like, hey, I'm just visiting, as I would have if I brought a buyer to the property, come and view it. I'm just here by myself today. How many people have went to virtually tour properties by yourself? Consider this a virtual tour session in a sense. I'm touring your property for future buyers I have in my database if you let me list it. That's what I'm here for, okay? So the daily process, you're gonna call all the new expireds. You're gonna set appointments. You're gonna choose, 10 expireds you can mail letters to, 5 you can visit. You print those 5 letters, you print those 5 MLS sheets, you mark as suggested, and you always ask for the listing. And if they say no, at least ask them for referrals. And you can repeat this daily, always ask for the business. Here's what you do to that MLS sheet. This makes it more intentional. You circle the property picture, because some people have taken iPhone pics. The sellers don't even know. They just trusted the realtor and was like, hey, just, I trust you, you can get it sold, until they see a really dark photo with very shabby, like, oh my God, is that my house? Is that how they're listing my house? Right? Hey, I circle the expired date because I'm letting you know I'm only here because it expired. So I'm not violating any type of TREC regulation for those in Texas, or state regulation if you're in another state. I'm not doing that. I came here simply because it said expired, which normally means your listing agreement has expired with the agent you had. Then I circled the description. People don't even know what people are posting. Some people are like, hey, check out this lovely property. That's it. No feature highlights, no nothing. Well, I circled it so you can see. Also, the days on market. What? You were on the market 600 days in a market that sells in 100 days? I know you trust your realtor, but golly, that's a lot, right? Let me help you. And when you leave it, if they're not there, you can write, I know why your home didn't sell. Call me, Valencia or whatever the case may be, right? Whatever your name is, put it there. Lastly, you can get into, for sale by owners, which we like to call this a fast source of business opportunity. Did y'all know you can find for sale by owners? Some of you know this, some of you may not, but on Zillow and Trulia, you can eliminate all the homes that's listed on the market, and you can just go over there real quick and you can put in only for sale by owners, and it'll show you every single property. So I'm just going to take you over there real quick. Let's just look at this. Okay. We're going to run over to Zillow real quick. We're on a limited time schedule here. And then we're going to search for homes. So I'm in Dallas County. So I want to look in Dallas County. So I don't have to drive far for 2 hours. Okay. Now what I can do, if I feel like it's, I just want to look for sale by owner only, I can come over here. I can click on for sale, right? And then whenever I pop this up, there's an area. Hold on. Let me clear the results real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to say, let's see, by owner or other. Okay, that's where I come. So I come here to more and I say by owner or other. Now, obviously, I have my search very, very specific. I can choose owned, I can choose to remove agent listed properties. I can choose new construction only if I wanted to. I can do all of that stuff. I just unhighlighted it. Let's say I didn't have a target. Mine is only targeted because I'm looking for a specific property, okay, for my clients. But I'm just going to say apply all properties. Then here, I'm going to say any amount of bedrooms, any amount of bathrooms, apply. And then I'm going to say any price point. So from 0 to, no max. Okay, so I'm going to scroll this down so I can say any price. All right, so now what happens here is I get 78 for sale by owner properties in my region that I can go and start prospecting now, because I know they don't have realtor representation and they list it in the MLS. And I can go find any of these properties, that I want to go and look up and things like that. I can find the better properties. I can reach out to them, make visits, explain why, my strategies are better. I can also, remember, I had it filtered by price. So if I don't want anything less than, let's say $400,000, because I want these, 6 to 7 figures. Now I can pull up every property that's listed by owner that's under, not under, but above $400,000. And now I can start going and prospecting these people and calling these people. Their phone numbers are included on Zillow. For those of you who did not know that, this is a for sale by owner in the Rowlett area. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go to the information for that seller. Okay. So here I am. I'm scrolling here. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I don't miss it. Here it is. Property owner. There's their phone number right there. So now I can call that property owner. If I want to know that property owner's name, then I can log into Remind. Please go to EXP Family Tree. There's a Remind training there I did at one point. All you guys have to do is go to Workplace. There's a little search bar in the side of the EXP Family Tree page. And you can type in Remind, REMINE. You go watch that training. It'll show you how to get people's information. Here's a free source for those of you in a place where you don't have Remind, because not every MLS gives it for free. It's called Smart, see this? Background Checks. I use this every single day. Now, what I can do, remember guys, when I put in that whole 312 Wendy property address, or maybe I'm researching expireds, properties that have recently expired, I can put in 312 Wendy, okay? And then I can say Cedar Hill, okay, Texas. And now I can hit search. And it pulls up people's information, okay? Like, just like that. Now, I'm gonna have to track down family members maybe, okay? So now I'll just click on their information. And I've got a phone number here. And if I scroll down, it does a more in-depth search of homes they've had and owned before, current phone numbers, et cetera, et cetera. You can always vet it up against the tax roll too, to make sure that it's the right person's name. And you can see they update these things. This has been updated as of February 2023. Okay. I found this to be very accurate. Sales is a numbers thing. So I get to go through a lot of numbers, but it's been very accurate for me, okay? There's more of this part-time hours, full-time pay that you guys can actually dive into, and I'll just go down real quick and pass all this up because there's scripts for everything. But guys, when you get to log into this, it's gonna show you how to be intentional, how to schedule your day. And look, if you wanna go door knocking, look what it tells you. Choose a neighborhood, pick a reason to knock, step a few steps back, smile, use the script because there's scripts for everything. Reasons to knock, just listed, just sold, buyers looking, open house, offering a CMA, low inventory, lots of buyers, need home, right? Whatever the case may be, there's a script for everything in here. And lastly, your open house invitation. Y'all need to be getting it done because that's your candy shop. I yield. That's it.
Man, V, you're awesome. Was this awesome, guys? I told y'all she brings the fire.
Let's go.
Okay, so V, this huddle on Fridays is for the tribe, not Family Tree. So we're gonna put this recording in the tribe. All of y'all are a part of the tribe in Workplace. If you're not, let me know, but you should be. That's our little organization. Family Tree is everybody in the company. The tribe is our org. So we do things a little bit different and special. So V, you're good with putting this in there in the tribe as well?
It's going straight to the tribe. And so thank you for clearing that up for me. I'm like, what? The queen.
No. This is just for our crew. So here's what I'll do, V. I'm going to put the recording in the tribe. Why don't you come underneath that and comment and then add this? So then that screen it makes sense and it's all together. Does that work for you?
That works perfect. And y'all, I'll even go as far to post the Remind link so you guys can watch that training.
Perfect. Okay. And here's my second question, which is probably more important. Will you come back and add more fire on Friday Huddle?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I know. I love it.
Okay,
I know.
let's go.
Well, we're going to have a bunch of people because there's so much value add for our group. And so y'all get ready. But Coach V, you're amazing. Thank you. And for everybody on here, we're going to have it in the tribe. Remember to go into Workplace, the tribe. Awesome.
And thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, darling. All right. You guys are amazing. Have an amazing Friday, having an amazing weekend. I can't wait to hear everybody implementing all this and start posting your results. Let's make it an amazing next quarter. All right. See you guys soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.